Hey guys, I'm back, and today we're gonna present the missing person case of Jessica in Elmstead, Ontario. She was 20 months old at this age of disappearance. Oh, Lakeshore, Ontario. Okay, this incident occurred at 506 Pearl Street in Lakeshore, Ontario, in an area called Elmstead. This area is just 2 miles east of Windsor, with residents sitting on Lake St. Clair. This location is less than 2 miles from the United States border and the city of Detroit. On the 24th, 1985, her mom was at her residence with her daughter Jessica, and her sister had to lay down to take a quick nap. Val was watching Jessica and another friend. The kids were initially in the side yard picking onions. They came indoors at approximately 3:30 p.m. Val realized Jessica was no longer in the home and walked outside door to see where she was in the yard. Val walked out into the backyard that led to the Lake St. Clair and saw Jessica's diaper laying on the lawn 50 feet from St. Clair from the water. Val knew that Jessica was deathly afraid of the lake and wasn't concerned she would go anywhere near it. She searched the yard again. Several minutes to search, and Val woke Linda, and they both searched the area again and still could not find the girl. The local RCMP started their search for Jessica. A neighbor across the street from Val, who was mowing his yard, there's the lake, was questioned first. They asked the neighbor if he had seen anyone driving in the neighborhood or anything else suspicious. He had not. By the end of the first day, there were hundreds of RCMP helicopters, Coast Guard, and volunteers swarming the area and water and the grounds looking for Jessica. At the end of the first night of searching, there were already rumbling that Jessica may have been abducted. The relatives knew the girl would never go near the water, and they also knew she was nowhere near the home. The only answer in their minds was a kidnapping. At 7:30 a.m. on July 25th, Jessica's lifeless body was found 6 miles southwest of her residence. The girl had several small bruises on her body, but nothing that was life-threatening. The RCMP police stated that they didn't believe the body could have traveled that distance in only 16 hours. But they would wait for a ruling from a coroner for cause of death. The feeling of the RCMP were supported by the Coast Guard, and when they were interviewed on August 7th, the Windsor Star, they expressed doubts last week that the body could have drifted that far in 16 hours between the time of the girl reported missing from the time the body was recovered. The report cut through the heart of this case and set the city of Windsor and Detroit reeling. It was an article in the Toronto Star dated July 31st, 1985. A 20-month-old girl whose body was found floating near Bella Ayers last week probably died 90 minutes before the discovery of Detroit pathological state. Drowning was determined to be the cause of death, but this report indicated that Jessica was alive as late as 6 a.m. How could this be? The coroner also indicated that Jessica had ingested a certain form of algae that was common in the river, meaning she didn't die in a swimming pool or bathtub. The report by the coroner was further bolstered by the fact that Jessica's body was floating, meaning to some that she had been in the water less than 90 minutes. RCMP, coroner, Coast Guard, and other officials were in the newspaper daily for several weeks after Jessica went missing, all attempting to explain what had happened. After nearly 3 weeks of investigation, the RCMP went public with a ruling that Jessica died of accidental drowning, but the case is classified as an unexplained death. So, our summary: neighbor across the street from Jessica's was mowing his lawn the time she disappeared. The man stated he didn't see any cars that were suspicious, can reasonably surmise that Jessica did not leave via the front of her residence. Her diaper was found on the lawn in between her residence and the lake. Can we guess that Jessica left her property by going toward the lake? Jessica was not outside her residence door more than 10 minutes when the adults started looking for her. If we are to believe science and the coroner, Jessica didn't die until 6 a.m. on July 25th. Where was she, and what was she doing between 3:30 p.m. and 6 a.m.? The Coast Guard affirms that the body can't travel that far in the 16 hours she was missing. There is an absolute connection between Jessica and the water. Common sense needs to be ruled in this case. The girl didn't swim for 13 hours, and she sure wasn't at her residence. There had to be some intervening entity that allowed Jessica to survive out in the water for that period of time, and also to transport her to where she was eventually found on the river. Think about the many cases that have been chronicled where children seemingly were not within the search quadrant. They were outside of the search quadrant. We know that Jessica certainly wasn't in the water for the entire time she was missing. Maybe Jessica and other missing people go somewhere during those hours when it's determined they aren't inside the search quadrant. Where do these people go? This is one of many cases where science can't answer the toughest question of all. What happened to Jessica?